Hi, this video is going to be a quick tutorial on the Mattermost system. Here at ISU, we are experimenting with a new chat system located at the following URL: https judy.indstate.edu. So you can just type this into a browser and it should take you to the login screen. You should have received a link in your email to join. If you click on that link, it'll allow you to sign in. So I've already signed in, or signed up, and so I can just log in with my email address and my password. Oops. Okay. So here, when you first log in, you start out at the town square. This is kind of where you have off-topic chat. Okay, so if you're just talking about random stuff, that's what town square is for. The private channels, the coursework channels. Each course I make anyway is going to have a private channel, and you guys can discuss course-related stuff in there. Okay, but don't get too off topic in these. We're going to be using Python, so you might want to join the Python channel as well. So if you have any questions about just how Python works, the language itself, you can post some stuff in there. Alright, so to start off, basically down here is where you enter in chat messages, and there's a couple nice things you can do. One thing, I can @mention someone directly. So if I say @ and see if it'll let me @mention myself. It won't directly, but if I mention someone, they'll get an alert, and if they've installed the Mattermost app on their Android device or their iOS device, they'll get a notification. So if you have a specific message for someone that they need to address, you can @mention them, type their name, and then type the message. Okay, so that's one nice thing. The other nice thing is, as we progress through here, we're going to learn about Python and different programming languages. And so there's a nice feature in there to designate when you're talking about code. All right, so let me type a message here that says, I'm using a Python 3. So I use two backticks. The backtick character is to the left of your number 1 character. Okay, and if you hold shift and hit that, that's the tilde character. We're going to use both of those characters a lot. But if I surround something in backticks, it gets printed out like code. All right, so I can say print hello world. Okay, now when we press enter, we see that this is sort of in a different font, and every character has the same width. Okay, that's important when you're coding. Every single character tends to need to be the same width. It helps you line everything up. Okay, most of the time in other applications, like a Word document, for example, the letter L does not take up the same width as the letter H or the letter M. Right? In most programming text editors, you're going to want a monospace font. Monospace fonts basically mean every single character has the exact same width. Okay, so in Mattermost here, when you surround something by backticks and press enter, it looks like it does in the text editors, and it has a monospace font, which is really nice. So that's nice for just individual quick little snippets, but you can also do a triple backtick for a code block. Now if I were to just press enter here, it would send triple backticks to the chat server and just post that. All right. What I want to do instead is have a block of code. So I have to hit shift and enter, and I can keep typing code. So this is some Python code for I in range 20. And then every time I want to go to a new line, I have to press shift, enter. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I indent, and then I can say print I. And then shift enter again, and then to close off my code block, I do triple backticks again. Okay, so everything inside of the triple backtick will appear as if it's written in a text editor, this is going to be very useful for us when we talk about code and discuss it with each other. And like when you send me information about your program and why it's not working, you can send me these code blocks, and it's going to help me digest the code better. Okay, so now when I press enter, we see that this has posted to the chat server, and it looks monospace, right? And when it looks like this, I know we're talking about code. Okay, we're not talking about just random other things. Okay, so this is specifically talking about code. So this is going to be very useful for us. Also, in a similar fashion, like when I send an email to you, if I have something, or even on the course website, if I have something written in double backticks like this, I'm generally talking about code or a command or something specific that has to do with the computer, sending a message to the computer. Okay, so backticks within the context of this course is always going to mean something you're communicating with the computer, and it could be Python code, or it could be a Linux command or something like that. So if you see this in an email, or if you see this on the course website in the lab sections or anything like that, we're talking about communicating with the computer in some way. All right. Also, in emails, you'll find me doing the triple backticks like this, and then writing the code to you. All right. So just know whenever you see the triple backticks or the single backticks that we're talking about code or something related to communicating with the computer. All right. So that's the core concepts of the chat, Mattermost Chat. A couple of the other things that you'll need to know is you can be online, away, or do not disturb. That's not very important. Try to not at anybody until after 10 p.m. Because it does notify people on their phones. I think there's settings you can change that, but like I said, this is a new system, so we don't have all of that set up yet. So just be courteous and try not to mention anybody too late, so that they can get some sleep if they're wanting to. All right. But some things you do need to know about is account settings. Right here, edit your full name. For your first name and last name here, put it in as ISU has it in their student database, please. And then for your username, for the first part of it, whatever you like to be called, if you have a nickname or something, a shortened version of your name that you use, do that for the first part, then have a period, and then have your last name as it is in the ISU student database. Okay, so we'll save that. Don't use the nickname. I need to see everybody's name, so just leave the nickname blank. And position, you can put student. You can put in your email, and then please update a profile picture. You can take a quick selfie or something like that, but that's just so I know who I'm looking at, and if I see you on campus, I'll be able to connect a name to a face. All right. So if you can do all of that, then you will get the participation points. They're pretty easy points, and that is essentially all you need to know on this Mattermost Chat. And so periodically, if you have any questions as things progress, you can send code snippets, and we can discuss issues on here. In the past, these chat programs have been very, very helpful in online courses. Okay, so that sums up this video, and we'll move on to Linux next time.